Include audio. Okay, well, I guess something just whack happened because I've been talking to a void for the last 15 minutes. What, Jay, are you able to hear me now? Can you hear me now? 1, 2, testing, testing. 1, 2, 1, 2. Okay, there we go. The B stream, as you can tell, is not off to a hot start. I'm trying my best, okay? I didn't think I'd have to go alone in this. Hopefully I can get some moral support in the chat. Thank you. Jaywalker doing all this. Why in the middle of a lap? Or no, that wasn't Jaywalker. That was Witjay. What am I? I'm going insane. I think I may be going insane. Yeah, that was Witjay. My bad. We're off to a great start. Okay. It's been a week for all of us. As I was saying, we might be missing some familiar faces. Hopefully familiar faces from the grid tonight that have unfortunately decided to leave Contest of Speed for backlash of an issue between two drivers in the ACC and NASCAR in the last week, which caused outrage amongst admins, drivers, and alike. But we move on, and hopefully we can rebuild what was lost. As Sean Boy is going to start his flying lap, sitting P5 with a minute left. That 1:33.8 seems like it's going to be a very, very difficult lap to beat. Of course, this is BK. Sean, I think I have someone coming as he's finishing this race, but if not, I will see. Come on, game. There we go. We're off to a great start. As we come to the... I didn't even notice the end of the session, as Schulte's going to hold his lap, but BK is going to be on his flying lap. Hopefully, we'll see if he can try to put it on pole. The 10th and a half up on... a tenth and a half down on his lap time, so it'll be interesting to see what he can do through this final two sectors. Tin Man. Ah, oh, that's why. I couldn't tell. Throw me off. No, Tin Man, I might get you in a after qualifying. We'll see what we can do. Get some chaos going in here. As BK's 5/10 up on his lap time. Oh, and chaos is all about in the third sector as people are slowing down and getting out of the way. Oh, and BK's gonna spin it! So even if he wanted to have a chance at that pole, he's not gonna get it. So it looks like, unless Captain America can somehow... No, he can't. Schulte is going to take pole position again for back-to-back races. Or back-to-back-to-back. I'm not quite sure. It's, like I've said, it's been a week. Well, as qualifying ends, it looks like it is the Ferrari of Ben Schultz taking pole, with BK and Jay Walker rounding out the top 3. The Red Bull pairing of Red Mask and Whitjay taking the 4-5 spot. BK's teammate Sean Boy taking 6, Captain America taking 7, Scott Raptors and a crashed out Gru taking the final top 10 positions, with Ike Jr. and Black Hammer taking 11th and 12th. As we wait for those guys to find their ways around the grid, I'm going to try to get Tin Man in here. We'll see what we can do. Tin Man, an invite has been sent to you, and I will send you a party chat invite. We'll see when you finally jump in. And as I said, Schultz taking a 6/10 gap in qualifying. One of the bigger gaps we've seen in qualifying this season, with BK and Jay Walker rounding out the top 3. Tin Man, why hello. It has been a...
Hello.
Are you in the session yet, or are you going to have to wait until afterwards?
Oh yeah, I'm in it.
You're in the session? Okay. As we have Red Mask, Whitjay, Sean Boy, the 4 through 6, Captain America and Severe Scott, 7-8, Raptors and Gru rounding out the top 10, with Ike Jr., Black Hammer, and the Ghost of Me in P13. Tin Man, after watching that on stream, how do you feel the race is going to go? Give me your podium predictions.
Well, that's gonna be a tough one for me. Because I've got some buddies over here, but I can't be biased.
Can't be biased in the... I mean,
but
go for it. You can be
Scholes,
all
he looks
biased
super
you want.
fast. He looks really quick. I was actually running some practice stuff with him earlier, and yeah, he's quick. He's one to look out for. Red Mass is always one to look out for. Whitjay, he's got the pace and everything as well too. I mean, everybody here is pretty quick, but this is my first time commentating, so we'll just see how I talk.
Yeah, that's exactly what I felt last season when I jumped in. Especially tonight, this is the first time I've started off solo, at least.
I just figured, I wanted to come over here and at least do this once in AM3 since I, championed last season, all that. I just wanted to come say hello to everybody and say I miss you guys.
Speaking of former champion, how do you feel the grid has compared to last season?
I'm not really sure, really, because I haven't really, I haven't watched any of the races really yet, because doing the AM2 stuff and then doing the EU3 stuff and just getting... I'm 0 points in all series I'm in right now. I'm not really happy about it. EU3, I did score 7th today, so I mean at least I got some points finally after 3 races in. But
I get you. I got no points through two races. Not quite where I expected to be after finishing.
Off season got me rusty.
Yeah,
I'm slow.
Finished the equivalent of would have been P4 with leaving cars last season, but the 1 point through 2 races is not quite what I was expecting. We're just gonna try to cruise our way through this because this is a first for both of us. You commentating in general, and me trying to be the lead commentator. So that's why I said it's the AM3 B stream tonight.
Yeah, B stream with a B commentator, but I'm more like a C. Because if you ask me what corner this is, I'm gonna be like one of them.
One of them, yeah. I just called it a hairpin during the void that was me not being able to be heard for the first 10 minutes of qualifying. I was off on tangents watching laps after lap, and then just no one could hear me. It took until Whitjay said no audio, no commentary.
Oh no.
Yeah, and then I figured it out, and here we are. If you have to, I don't know. I assume you already have it, but if you can share audio, make sure that's on. I assume it is.
Oh, yeah.
Assume it is with all your podiums last season. So.
Yeah, I was actually going through those yesterday. I was curious to how many I had, and before the season started, I only had 3 podiums. Or yeah, 3 podiums from season 9. I think it was season 9, or maybe it was 10. I can't remember. Anyway, I had like 3, and then after last season, I went from only having 1 win and 3 podiums to 6 wins and 16 podiums.
Thank you, Witche. Yeah, I've only got 2 total, so you're lucky. You're lucky that you have not been racing an AM2 because it has been a dogfight to say the least.
That's where I've been at, and I've died every race. The second race, though, I couldn't really race it. I mean, I could have, but I started it, but I was just so sick. I didn't have the energy or strength to even attempt to finish it, so I just did 1 lap and parked it and retired.
Oh, Schultz with the first disqualification. I always see Cam when they first added this. Ike Jr.'s also just missed his grid spot, and Raptors as well. But it was
Wow.
an interesting. Let's see if we can find somebody with a good.
It's always fun
angle.
trying to get into those boxes.
Jaywalker's got a good angle. We'll take that one up in turn 1, and they're off for the American Grand Prix as cars are getting really bad starts. Schultz is looking to keep his lead into turn 1, and BK's gonna snatch it from him right off the gate. You go look at the tires. Oh, and Raptors is already out. Must have had an issue, and there's going to be a full safety car or a VSC. It looks like a VSC because there's not a safety car out. But yeah, BK got away well. He's going to find himself at the top of the grid through this first lap cruise. BK, Schultz, and Jay Walker, your top 3, all on medium tires. Red Mask opting for the hard tire strategy. Why, Whit J, Severe Scott, and again, the AI of me. If you can avoid the AI, that is me, please. Let's see if I can
score some points today.
Yeah, I guess I'm gonna score tonight, guys. If you can hear me, AM3 drivers, please avoid me. I am not driving the car. I am a ghost.
That's very weird.
Yeah, I accidentally misclicked on my spectate, so I had it on spectate and clicked off of it. I didn't know until after it started, so now there's just a Mercedes of me driving around.
Well, I'm pretty sure it goes ghosted anytime they get around it, I think. I'm not for certain.
I think so. I'm not sure, because AM3 does have ghosting on, if I'm remembering correctly, so it should be ghosted.
They did last season. I don't know if it's still the same. I'm pretty sure it is.
But yeah, Captain America on the hards is in that situation where he's... Oh my god, what?
Oh.
Oh my god, am I gonna get a penalty point? What? I'm so confused. Okay.
VSC is back in as
Well, that was interesting. Whoever that was that I spun out, if you were behind him, if you could please let him pass. That's interesting. I can't remember who it was. They lost all those positions.
It was a Williams car. That much I saw.
I don't know, because there's
JR Gaming. I believe that's his name.
It might be Ike Jr., but yeah, look at the community pulling together, letting Ike Jr. get back around the grid. Hopefully he can find himself back up into the position he was in. Oh no, they're racing again, that's why. All sorts of crazy. It looks like I'm going to be P12 for the rest of the race. As we're back racing. It's very hard to tell with the commentator now. Captain America's looking all over the back of Black Hammer. Walking up from Black Hammer, coming through this tough third sector section. I always have issues with the first sector, so when I see people struggling with the third sector, I always get confused. Minus this, because when you have burnt out tires, it's so easy to lose the rear end.
I'm bad every sector here.
BK's going to set a 38.6 for fastest lap. See how long that stays before it's beaten.
BK doing BK things as always. It
Maybe
looks
this
like he
is
will have Schultz to deal with quite a bit,
yeah.
maybe the entire race, because he seems to be staying right there with him.
It's
Just
gonna be a
have to avoid
dogfight
him making a
between those
mistake.
two. Maybe this is Deathstorm testing me. Maybe he's like, I'm just gonna let him go and see what he can do as ahead. But we
Time to shine.
can only imagine what is going on in the world of Deathstorm. Oh lord.
Top two, they definitely pulled away.
Oh, and Black Hammer's gonna get his first penalty.
Point.
Electric Blade in the chat said, "Oh lord, what a commentary duo." You haven't seen nothing yet, Electric. Ben's on a 2 or 3 race qualifying pole streak. I think he's converted both of those, or all 3 of those, whichever one it is. I don't have the standings right next to me. But he's looked, since his debut, he's looked top of the grid. Schultz is going to beat that lap time with a 1:38.2. Ooh, this is an interesting pack back here. We got 5 cars within a second between P8 and P11. We'll ride on with Black Hammer. Oh, over the curb. Captain America's going to get his first time penalty. So, Tin Man, let's take a dig into your brain. How are you feeling for the AM2 race tomorrow night?
Well, I'm hoping I have better luck than what I've had the first 3 races. Because, like I said, wrecked out, starting part, wrecked out. So 0 points. I'm starting with nothing. I would like to get back into the momentum of what I had, last season, where I was finishing up front and running up front the whole time. But these AM2 guys are not a joke. They are much harder.
Yeah, I feel that driving 2 seasons of AM2, especially the first season, which had a combo of Vamu and Shelly, and the guys that are already up into AM1 as well may not have been as fast on the other game, but Electric, Ben, Cam, those guys all top stuff when they have the time. So yeah, this was my season. I came in thinking this is what I need to do. I got the chance to come in and drive, so I understand your standpoint from having to come in and actually work a little bit harder to compete.
Yeah, and then you qualify back of the grid every time. It's like, darn.
You'll get there.
I'm rusty, man. I'm so much slower. My fastest time here, I couldn't even get close to it. I'm a whole 1.2 off my quickest time I've ever ran here, and I could never touch it.
Man, if it makes
I
you
don't
feel
know
any
what happened
better,
during the off season, but something got into my skin and into my head and decided to take my racing mojo away or something.
makes you feel any better, I have not gotten 1 lap around the track so far.
I've gotten the E3 race in, and then I've gotten about 3 or 4 hour practice sessions done, and just constant running. So I've run it a lot, but it doesn't matter. I have to run it over and over and over and over and over again just to get it in my head.
Mm-hmm. My technique most of the time is, I don't know if it's like a placebo effect, but I always, or if it's not just me, but whenever I'm on the mediums, I'll have the first few like 9 or 10 laps I'll be quick, and then I'll slow off, and then I'll come back. I call it my patented second wind of speed, where I'll find grip. I don't know if I can race better on worn tires or not. But yeah, it's always,
I'm not sure about that either.
it always lets me run long like I did in Bahrain, where I ran 17 laps on the medium tire.
I remember last season at Bahrain. I think I ran 15 laps on the softs and went to mediums and finished the race out. I did the craziest strategy ever. No one thought it could be done, and I was like, well, that's how I did it. I was like, well, I did it twice during the week, just seeing if it worked, and it worked. So I figured I'd try it here, and it worked here too.
I love crazy strategies. I tried one in Brazil last season. It almost worked, but I ran into an outgoing Shelly the Turtle.
He's always very outgoing.
Yeah.
Doesn't matter if he's, spitting bars after a commentating race or racing himself. He's yeah.
I'd love to see Shelly stay, but you can only know what's going on within that group of drivers that decided to step away from the COS community. I won't try to.
They'll be gone, but people leave, people come.
Yeah, I don't try to name names for the sake of how it happened, but yeah. Let's back to this. Schulte's overtaken BK. Didn't see that on track, and he's gonna try to stretch that lead over a second, but looks like BK's got the DRS on him.
Schultz is our AM3 rookie of the season, correct?
Yeah, he is. He's going to be our rookie of the year for any division. He's looking fast, to say the least. Wouldn't be surprised
He's definitely AM2 speed.
Oh yeah.
He's faster than I am. We're doing races. He's like a whole second and a half up. I'm like, yeah, you're AM3. How?
Heck, with the notion that AM1 dropping no assists for the rest of the season to piggyback on the drivers leaving, I wouldn't be surprised if Schulte taking a shot for those guys, because he's...
Oh, Red Mask got his first penalty.
He's quick. Gotta cheer on...
The angle that I saw, he didn't even go off track. He was barely over on the red, but, track limits are track limits.
Yeah, gotta cheer on my Red Bull brothers. I know you... last season were part of that.
Boys in red right here. There's, of course, who I'm going for. Whit J, my ex-teammate, or old teammate. Gotta love him. Helped us secure constructors last season. Love him for that. And then Red Mask, one of my good buddies I race with every single day, and he's in that other Red Bull seat. So, yeah. Would like to see them two do well, but, of course, I want to see everybody do well. You got Gru over here. He's fast. He just likes to get a little loosey-goosey sometimes, but, that happens.
Just try to avoid him on a NASCAR track.
Oh, on a NASCAR track? He's my teammate on NASCAR, actually. He's my team owner. He picked me, so I can't comment.
I got some issues with him on track. Gotta find himself. But we'll let them simmer till Friday. As Captain America is going to be the first one to jump off of his tires. 7 laps on the hards. That's not quite the strategy you want to be on. Is he going to dive in for the soft compound? So it looks like the 2-stop may be strong here. Looking like he might go hard, soft, medium, or a hard, soft, soft. I don't know if the tires can go that long. Oh, look at me, 47 seconds down on Captain America. But yeah, now that all of them are past, I should be ghosted for the rest of the race. We got a fight between Whit J and Sean Boy for 5th place. See how long these two can stay within the DRS range. Hopefully find some action. It's been a very, very calm AM3 race by standards. And...
oh no, Red Mask around.
Red Mask has spun. Yeah, like I was saying, when those tires start to heat up or just get worn, that's going to be a interesting spot for some of these drivers, being able to know when your tires are going and be able to hold on to them.
Well, him being on hard compound, it's a little shocking that they'd be going now.
Yeah, so it might just be a A little bit of oversteer there kicked in. As Schultz has put on a 2-second gap to BK for the lead. Like we said during qualifying, or after qualifying in your case, that he's someone you're going to have to watch out for, because as soon as he gets away, he's gone. It's nice to see new faces within the COS community. As this fight between Whitjay and Sean Boy is stretched, we'll see what Sean Boy can do with a little bit of understeer / oversteer into the hairpin. He's got DRS coming down the straight. Looks like he's just a little bit too far away to make a move down into the hairpin on the and the corner.
Yeah, that one.
Yeah, that one. Like I said, it's a new experience for both of us. All
That's
four
track name.
all four of the people watching us. I haven't even gotten any message from Deathstorm, so I have no clue what could be going on.
Probably sleeping or something.
No, doesn't sound like him. Raptor's looking a little angry in the AM3 chat. Did Raptors happen to come in contact with me? Is that? I don't know. I don't think so. Ike Jr. picking up his first time penalty of the race. Spear Scott's going to get a rough exit, and Black Hammer's going to take every advantage of it as those medium tires of Scott are slowly dying off. Black Hammer's going to take a interesting line through that hairpin. Man, we want to see some action.
I've been watching Sean Boy and Whitjay, and he seems to get up close to him, but hasn't really been able to make a move.
This Black Hammer and Scott are getting into it, so there's a little bit of action. A little contact there. We'll see if that forces Black Hammer to... and Black Hammer's going to spin it in said corner, and that's going to lose him a position from Gru. Is Ike Jr. is going to come around. Will he gain the spot too? It's going to be close. He might have to run into the final or last corner. How's that? Whitjay and Sean Boy. They just holding.
Looks like Severe Scott and Drew might get in a little tangle here soon if they keep going like they're going.
A little bit of action. I think the medium tires have finally found the crossover point where the hard tire is finally the faster tire. This Black Hammer is going to pick up his second time penalty. He's up to 6 seconds. So, man, so not only do I have not have any stats on previous races or seasons, but I also don't have any help with no tasks. This BK is going to come in for his first pit stop. Let's see what he dives onto. Off of the mediums and onto the hards, it looks like. Oh, no, it's another set of mediums. So it does look like the two-stop is going to be the way to go. We'll see if Schulte takes an advantage of that, sees that coming and jumps onto the hards for the rest of the race.
Well, I mean, our the E3 race I was in, it looked like, I believe it was Orlando, it looked like he was going to win the race. If he had stayed out, he probably would have, but because he had pitted, because he was on the medium soft strategy, similar to what BK's doing, actually cost him the win. So, might not be the best call, but I guess we'll see.
Scott's also, Black Hammer's going to get another 3-second time penalty. He's going to be at 9 seconds as Scott's going to come off of the mediums and onto the hards. He looks like he's going to go to the end of the race. It's Black Hammer and Ike Jr. going to be looking to make some leeway as those medium tires of Ike are just falling off. Even though Black Hammer's 9 seconds on time penalty is not quite helping him in the long run.
I'm just looking at Schultz's separation gap here. He's 10.2 seconds ahead. So as long as this doesn't go under a safety car at all, and he makes 0 mistakes,
I'm just
he should
hoping.
be alright, but there's still about 16, 17 laps to go, so anything can happen.
Schultz, if you hear me, if it's not ghosted, avoid the lapped car. It is a ghost, or it's an AI. There's a spinning Sean boy, I think. He's gonna...
I got a Merc in the pits, Jaywalker.
Jaywalker in the pits.
He's another one to look out for. He was very fast last season.
Just watching this. Okay, it does look like the ghost of me is actually ghosted. So that should be good of note. Yeah, I am a ghosted car, so that is okay. This BK, who's on fresh tires with Witche right in front of him on 12-lap-old mediums. It's looking inevitable that BK finds his way. Much better exit out of the hairpin, and he's going to have DRS down the straight. Should be done and dusted before he even gets to the corner. Witche is going to take a defensive line, if you would call it. He's going to stay in it.
Oh no, Witche never saw us. Oh, that was so close.
We lost some action, but that second in time difference between Witche and his fast lap are not looking good for those tires. It'd be interesting with Captain America, that hard, I think it was a hard, soft, medium strategy he could be on.
Yeah, it's possible as well.
Schultz is finally coming in for his lap, or his pit stop. We'll see where he comes out. Onto the hard tire, so he is making that hard, that medium hard strategy on BK's two-stopper. He's going to set fast lap.
It's going to be very close. These two are going to be side by side, maybe, coming through this next corner. No, they won't actually be. Very close, though. I thought they were going to be.
Just give it a lap or two, and BK will find his way up there.
Oh yeah.
But he's gonna have to make a move. He's gonna have to make a move fast, because as soon as those tires from Schultz get hot, he's gonna have a defending driver. Right off the bat, he's already finding a lot of time, already stretching that down to 1.3, 1.4. This is our second closest pair of drivers on track, is Ike Jr. and Sean Boy on his brand new hard tires. My Ike Jr.'s on 13-lap-old mediums. This should be a fairly quick move into this hairpin here. Or not. That's going to turn into a DRS overtake, if I've ever seen one before. And here's BK and Schultz. BK's finally put it within a second, so he's going to have to get a move on. Going to try to open up that pit gap. BK sets another fast lap of 1:37.7. back and see what happened to Raptors on start, see if I have that. Oh, I think Raptors may in fact had come in contact with my AI. So that is not something you quite want to see.
It looks like the field's actually catching your AI right now.
Yeah, I'd hope so. Good old 60 AI with these guys driving around.
No, and then B. Schultz taking the fastest lap from BK.
Really? He's gonna really have to find this move quick, or he's just gonna have to pray for something to happen farther behind.
Jay Walker gaining a position on Red Mask. Red Mask is in pits. Let's see what Red Mask can do and see if there's any kind of way he can recover from his little mishap earlier. But he's still running fairly well, even after that happened. Side by side with his teammate now.
Red Mask could theoretically be on the tire to the finish after starting on the hard tire. Be interesting to see.
I know Red Mask's strategies fairly well and how he does things, so I could probably tell you exactly what he's going to do just about every single race.
Let me hear it then. What is he going to do?
Exactly what you see him doing, pretty much.
Exactly the hard mediums.
Well, if you ever notice in every race he's in, notice what tire he starts on. He always starts on hards.
Interesting. Black Hammer's going to pick up his 4th 3-second time penalty. And apparently my stream is now switched over. My stream on my phone is switched over to a Dude Perfect video. Oh no. Yeah, I think Schultz may have already called it a day.
And judging by the delta of what I'm seeing here, let's see, no, I was looking at the wrong number. No, I don't know here. Oh, the Grew came in, okay. So I was seeing it correctly.
Grew into the pits.
He was catching him fairly quickly. He was on 16 lap of hards.
Grew diving into the pits for a new set of mediums. I think he may also be on that hard medium strategy.
That's the one I went with in E3, except I think I went hard medium. I went hard medium actually. I started on the hards, but then I got hit right away before I even got to the first corner and spun. Got my wing ripped off, so I had to pit. Fixed all that. Was forever and a day behind everybody, but safety car got me caught back up. I think I made it as far as P2 or P3, as far as I got up into the grid, but I had to pit at some point, so that's what knocked me back down.
Well, as our nearest gap is over a second, we're just gonna leave it on a driver a little bit and just have a little bit of conversation as cars are slowly passing past my AI. Our closest battle is this Severe Scott Grew. See how long it lasts. Those Grews on a new set of medium tires. I don't know what strategy I'm going to be on tomorrow. I haven't really thought much into it. I'll probably stick on that hard medium. Especially with how hectic AM2 races start. But then again, you could try even just a ridiculous strategy in my idea is a soft. Start on the softs.
Soft, medium, soft.
Do a soft, or even just yeah, it would be a soft, medium, soft. Because soft, hard would not make it to the end.
I wouldn't say that. I think it could.
Well, it wouldn't be as fast as other strategies.
'Cause I think the hards could go easily 20 laps. They'd be hurting towards the end of it, but I think they could do it. I think they could do the whole 28 laps really, but of course you can't do that. But
Slap on those GT tires from ACC and run them the entire way.
oh yeah, they just need to give us some super softs already and just let us see how fast we can really go.
You're in ACC, right?
Yeah, I just missed last week as well due to being sick. So I'm just I've been missing everything or getting wrecked out of everything. My COS season and anything this season has just been terrible.
Well, that describes COS in general right now, at least on the AM side. Just kind of a chaotic mess.
EU's pretty chaotic for me as well, which it was chaotic for me last season too.
Good old
Felt like
good
a
old
lot of
win
guys
man.
liked to target me at the time, but that was just me being a butthead, thinking like, why is everyone wrecking me?
Good old win man from season 10.
Yeah, Win Man, that was a good nickname.
Carried-
Too bad I'll never get that one again.
Carrying our Red Bull team to a constructor.
Yeah, it felt really good to contribute that much, really, being an AM3 driver and contributing to
And an
AM1,
EU4,
2,
and an
all those.
EU3, and an EU2, and a...
Yeah, I mean, I won an EU3 race. I was just freaking, just reserving. I didn't think I was gonna win it, but everybody pitted and I stayed out on like 16 lap old hards. Everyone went to new softs. So I'm like, well, you know what? We'll see what happens. And they started battling behind me, which got me like a 5-second gap. And then I just happened to win EU3, the EU3 race in Australia. And they're like, how'd you do it? I'm like, well, honestly, I don't know. I'm not supposed to win here, but I did.
As Red Mass is going to pick up his first time penalty, which
I believe
at the
it's the
current
second,
moment,
actually.
is it the second? It might be.
I
the
do
second.
think so.
It is, in fact, a second, which means that's going to bring Whitjay right into play with the teammates side by side in what would be with the time penalty.
Just a good points day is what they need. That's good. Everybody needs a good points day. But
Yeah.
I like my Bull Boys. Gotta say it.
Do you like
There's
me?
a couple guys in here I like though. I like Jay Walker. He's quick. BK, I like him a lot too. Me and him has had conversations before. Same with Walker. I think Grux and I have had some conversations back and forth too.
I feel like why this may not be the most competitive in terms of close racing. It does very much seem to be the most like friendly of the divisions, at least from what I've seen on the AM side. Because I know AM2 gets into a whole lot of post-race battles, you could say. And then I know AM1 is just it's AM1, so it kind of doesn't really.
God tier.
Yeah, it's Bama and gang basically. As Captain America is gonna find himself another 3-second time penalty. Captain America's up to 19 seconds in time penalties. 19.
Well, I think it's safe to say. Well, no, he won't drop behind your AI. Your AI.
Ah.
Yeah,
My AI is a lap down. Man. So help me, if my AI finishes in the death storm position, if someone is to crash and my AI finishes 11th, I'm going straight to death storm and being like, it's meant to be. Like,
I would laugh. I would have to laugh.
We're just stuck.
Like, not only did he drive Perez's car and come out 11th all the time, but he also drove the 11 car NASCAR and finished 11th all the time, and all this other stuff. Like, the number 11 is meant for him.
Yeah. Technically, he drove the 11 in COS too, because he's in the Perez car. Because I am the young hothead Red Bull driver, so obviously I am entitled to the Max Verstappen car.
Yeah.
Problem is, I'm not gonna have a number to pick next season because I pick because my number's 9. My favorite number is 9. Obviously, you wore 9. Oh, as Black Hammer and Severe are going to get into it. We'll just take a little detour on that conversation as they're fighting through my AI. But yeah, 9 is my number, but Mazepin took that, so it's locked in for another season because of the rules. And then DeVries is taking 21, so I can't pick 21. Oh, and Scott and Blackhammer getting into it again. He's going to take out the DRS sign on exit. And the AI gets back through. I think Blackhammer may have a little bit of wing damage. Oh my god.
He just dived right into the wall. I caught that on camera.
We are going to send that in post-race. Black Hammer, you cannot do that. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
Oh no, it's happened.
Now
it's happened. For full safety car, and my AI is going to be sitting in P11.
Yeah,
oh no.
That's not cool.
Yeah, you can't be doing that.
Yeah, just
Ike, pass it. Ike, pass it. There you go.
I mean, at least it restacks the field, I guess, and everyone gets to go.
Yeah, everybody's gonna strap onto the soft tires too with
really
6 laps to go.
The ones that were already, pretty much guaranteed to be where they were at because of the gaps they had formed, and now
it's gonna give BK a shot to try to jump back in front of Schultz. I don't know. This Black Hammer is gonna leave the session. We are going to, unfortunately, have to report as we see.
Spanking.
Report as we see. The unfortunate ability of having the B stream tonight is that you're not going to be able to get away with that. As Schultz is going to find himself right behind that Aston Martin safety car.
This is going to be one heck of a restart.
Yeah,
we'll probably have about 5 to go or so when it comes down to it.
Let's just hope my AI is not in a position to get in the way.
Oh, he'll probably be. Well, I don't know how that handles lap cars here. I think they stick them in the front. I don't remember how it goes.
I think lap cars are just as they were. Here, give me a second.
And Captain America speeds in the pit lane, so he has another 5 seconds added to whatever he may have had before.
Captain America did?
Yep, he had a 5-second speeding penalty.
24-second seconds and penalties. That's rough.
Only about 6 more, and he gets DQ'd.
Okay, for any AM3 driver, the 2 people actually we have watching, if you can hear me, my AI is going to be ghosted overtake as soon as possible. We're going to have a 4 or 5 lap shootout for the rest of this. It's going to be...
Yeah, I think the safety car will go around one more time, waiting for that last car to catch up.
Yeah.
So, it'll be at least 4 to go, I think. So it'll be a little interesting little showdown we're going to see here, because we have BK who's definitely going to try to go for the win. He's going to try to, make a move. I know BK, he can be aggressive. Schultz is new. I'm not really sure how he's going to be, but of course he's going to want to impress for his first season here, and he's going to want to do something awesome, so we'll expect him to go for a win. Then Jaywalker there, just sitting there, just going to wait to make a pounce.
Yeah, he's going to... If in a good theory, those 3 through 6, even 7 with Gru behind him, all looking to just try to pounce on a mistake from any car in front. Because I know from first-hand experience that there's a lot you can do in 3-4 laps.
Oh, yeah.
Look back to what I did in Saudi Arabia last season. Started with 3 laps to go in 13th and found my way to a podium. That was my maiden cost podium. Came at the expense of Captain Rogue and Dream coming together in the final sector on the last lap. As like Junior is going to pick up a 3-second time penalty. Is that his first time penalty? It is not. He's up to 6 seconds. I'm surprised we only have 3 drivers with penalties right now.
Yeah, I am too. I saw quite a few in my E3 race.
Also, what is my AI doing? Why is he on medium still?
Because he knows the strat plays, man.
This is not a strat play.
I can tell you now. He's in the wrong car. He should be in a Rari.
Well, I mean, I should be in a Red Bull. I shouldn't be in any car, really. As we're going to go green this lap, we're going to have 5 laps of... 5, 24, 25, 26, 27, 5 laps of racing. Yes, I did count that on my finger. Do not ask. Math is hard.
Okay. Chaos is fun.
Chaos.
Let's do it, but a clean form of chaos.
Yes, let's have a controlled chaos. As this is a very difficult track to get a good start off of.
BK,
if your car
we love you,
behind.
buddy, but you can't be side by side with them anymore.
No,
remember?
side by side. Get out of here with your Max.
Like crazy, because I see that stuff happen all the time in all the other series, and it's not spoken about too much. So I'm going to speak about it. So maybe everyone will remember. Single file.
It is a very COS thing. Oh, as Schultz is going to get a good run of the corner.
Well, I mean,
see how long.
Oh,
BK's going to make a mistake out of that corner, but it's not going to mean much because Jaywalker's going to also have that same mistake. And Red Mask is right on the back of Jaywalker as our first action coming into turn 1. Red Mask is going to make a move on Jaywalker. Jaywalker might get the switchback. He's not going to get the switchback. As it stands, Schulte bringing a second lead to BK, who's got a second gap to Red Mask with Jaywalker right behind him after overtaking him on the restart. Oh, and there's... Oh, no, another person's been...
Williams is around. Ike, I believe.
Ike Jr. I'm not sure if that was... It may or not have been caused by the ghost, but I sure hope it didn't. It shouldn't have because it's a lap down. Here we go, down the straight. We got 3 cars within what would be a DRS gap. Everybody is using ERS down the straight. Red Mask's got it. Sean Boy's got it. Or Jaywalker's got it. Sean Boy was using. Witchay was using. Everybody down to the braking zone. Jaywalker and Red Mask are on each other for that final podium position. That fight's going to let Sean Boy come back in, and it's going to be a 3-way battle. Sean Boy's going to have Witchay up his inside. He's going to try to make a move, and he's going to keep it right where he wants it. He's going to try to make it around the outside as Sean Boy just holds off and lets him round. As it sits is a Red Bull 3.5. His Witchay's going to have a little bit of an issue. Schulte's going to set fastest lap on that soft tire, 1:35.8. As we're going to have a 3-way fight coming down into this turn 1 again between Witchay, Sean Boy, and Gru. As Scott and Captain America are going to go side by side through turn 1. It's action all the way down. Schulte's opened up a 1.5 gap. And he continues. Scott's going to pick up a time penalty in the first sector. And Captain America spun around. I understand my American history professor now. He buys this entire thing of Mountain Dew and just chugs it throughout the class, but in like super small sips. I'm like, why does he do that? Now I'm really realizing why he does that. Because my mouth is dry.
Mine's very dry itself.
Mine's dry from all this talking. I'm not used to this. Very, very introverted character.
Mine's dry for all kinds of other reasons, but that means I need some water.
Yeah. As that gap between
talking.
Witchay, Sean Boy, and Gru is still holding within a second between the 3. Looks like the only position we're going to have any sort of mix-up for the rest of the way unless action happens. I'm gonna need your help at the end of the race, so I'm glad you decided to join in, because we'll try to get our podium winners into the party.
Right now, it's looking like it's going to be Schultz, BK, and
Whoever
Jaywalker
is
due to the penalties of Red Mask.
That is very true. I did not remember that.
But you
Here's
never
this
know.
fight.
Something could happen
Sean
behind
Boy's
him.
got a run through the S section. He just needs to try to time it up right. Here we go, DRS for both Sean Boy and Gru coming down the straight. We'll see if they can make a move. Is there going to be enough of a gap?
McLaren's definitely not close enough to get anywhere, but Sean Boy could.
Sean Boy's still too far back. We'll see if this might be an interesting few laps.
I'm thinking so as well.
I was about to
I'm
say,
watching
in the
Sean
mind,
Boy here behind Whitjay.
in the mind of Red Mask, you'd have to think with your time penalties, if you're already going to lose the time to Jaywalker and Whitjay, then it'd be an interesting decision to try to think about it at least. I know a 3-second time penalty is going to have a very tough toll on your finishing
Well, he's got
position.
6 seconds.
Oh, he's got 6 seconds. That makes it so I feel like it should happen, because he's already going to lose all his positions all the way down to P7. If he just slowly backs up into Whitjay and tries to give Whitjay an opportunity to pass him for that podium position.
But then he'd have to try to back Jaywalker into Whitjay, and then by then, if Jaywalker gets around him, then all hope's gone, and then
Yeah.
he could lose more points. Whitjay's just better off trying to defend where he's at right now, because he pushes to try to catch up to the guy in front of him and trying to defend.
Well, Jaywalker is out of
not gonna be
ERS,
good.
though, so if he can fight him, he may just find himself back. If he can keep that ERS flowing on Whitjay, he may be able to find a second in this last lap.
Yeah, but Sean Boy only has about 20% ERS when Whitjay has around 50. So he does have the ability to be able to defend a spot if he so wishes to do so, which we would assume he does, because, well,
I mean,
all the
why
points
wouldn't
can
you?
get.
Why wouldn't you want more points?
I defend every position. I don't care if I'm fighting for 11th. I'm not going to let no one pass me. I fight for everything. I have a reputation to keep as one of the harder guys to pass, so I got to make sure that it's always like that.
I know that feeling. As we come on to the final lap of the race, Schultz has opened a 2.5 and growing gap on BK, who's got a 3-second gap onto a penalized Red Mask, which is going to leave Jaywalker and Whitjay to jump in front of him, and Sean Boy. As that gap opens up to a second, so it's at 5 seconds now. We'll see if Red Mask can put pedal to the metal on this final lap and see if he can snag that final position. As the only connection you can see that's pretty close enough is Whitjay and Sean Boy. This might be the move that the Red Bull duo is looking for, trying to keep Red Mask in a 5th place. Oh, and it means nothing, because Red Mask is gonna bite the commentator's curse, and he's gonna get spun around, so he's gonna be finishing 7th with all the penalties behind him. Actually, no, Scott's only got 3. So we'll see how...
He's been so unlucky recently, Red Mask. It's happened to him quite a bit, also across other leagues that him and I run together.
So we're going to come around for the final time. And it is Ben Schultz, who's going to take his 3rd race win in a row at the Circuit of Americas. It is another Ferrari victory for the lone Ferrari on track, with BK falling up behind him for P2, Jaywalker P3, Whitjay's going to hold on off of Sean Boy for P4, Sean Boy 5, Gru 6, and then the penalized group is Red Mask is going to dive into the pits, actually.
Now, why would he do such a thing?
Scott's gonna hold on to P7,
He
I
could have
think.
stayed out and guaranteed himself ninth place and could have got 2 points, but instead he goes to pit and then loses everything.
I think he may still have it.
Yeah, so he's in
Yep,
P8.
he's
So I guess he crossed the line
still
in
gonna
pit
hold
road.
on to P8, and that's gonna be P8 and P9 and P10 for our last two finishers. If you want to help me in getting the gang in, I don't know how BK gets in, so. But yes, as we finish a very calm race, as we could say, a very calm COTA race, an AM3 race at that, it is Schultz who takes another race win after holding on to his lead after a late safety car. BK, who tried to make his strategy work, and Jay Walker, who rounds out the top three. And then the rest of the points position is Whitjay, Seanboy, Gru, Severe Scott, Red Mask, Ike Jr., Captain America. My AI, unfortunately, that shouldn't have been there in the first place, is going to finish the dreaded P11 as Blackhammer, who did whatever happened at the end of that race. And then Raptors at the end. Wow. That was indeed crazy, Whitjay. So we're going to try to get the gang in here. Let's see who all we can. If you are watching, and you are, who is it? Schultz, BK, and Jaywalker. Or not Jaywalker. Or yeah, Jaywalker. Jaywalker. I don't have Schultz. We'll get Jaywalker in here. I don't know how to get BK in here. What? Oh. Here, let me. Why, hello, one of our podium finishers. We'll get around to it when I can get everybody in. R44, and there's Schultz. And then Tin Man, if you can help me out with it, try to find a way to get BK in.
There's no way to get BK in.
I know
He's
he
on
was in
PC.
last season.
Yeah, last season he was on
Or
PlayStation
not
when
last
he
season,
played.
last race.
Oh, he was? Oh, hell.
Yeah.
I didn't know that.
There we
I
go.
have no idea.
Speaking of, BK himself just sent me a friend invite or a friend request, so we can get him in here as well. Okay, and we have our third place finisher, Jay Walker. Very interesting race, and a late safety car coming into play to help you close up. What is your thought process on the race and how that finish went for you? Yeah, it was a very calm race by AM3 standards. It's not quite what you expect when you come race today, is it? Oh, I'm on the wrong car. As we move on to our second place finisher, BK had a great start off the line and was able to jump Schultz at the start, but it just wasn't meant to be with the two-stop strategy, even with the safety car. Huh?
Yeah, I was planning on staying on like the one stop medium and hard, but Bishal's is just so quick. I knew I had to do something different, so I thought I'd try that. Still didn't work. He's way too quick for me, obviously, but tried to keep him honest in the last few laps, even though, yeah, he just pulled away. Man's quick.
Yeah, it might honestly be too quick for AM3 with what we've seen in the last few weeks. So, and
You doubting me?
no,
I'm kidding. I'm kidding. You're right.
yeah, I mean he may be too quick for AM2 too with the
You
new
can always move me
assists
back
dropping.
to AM3 and we can just replace each other, you know?
just a little flip. Don't worry about it.
Tin Man wants to come back.
I can just start sandbagging.
Yeah, you should probably do that for a little few
That
weeks
was
and
just
let
one
everybody
good
get back.
year, man. I'm convinced
That's
it was
okay.
just one good season because I'm trashed now.
I just had a few good tracks. That's all it is.
Yeah. Well, I honestly don't believe that. But yes, on to our race winner for the third week in a row. I haven't been able to keep track. I've been
Second.
Second. Is okay. So
I
it is the
wasn't here.
second week.
I didn't join until the second race of the season. So.
Okay, so it is the second race. Like I said, math is hard. It's been a hectic week for the entire AM side of the COS community. But Schultz, you had a great qualifying session, put on another pole, and lost into turn one, but was able to fight back and grow a gap every single time you overtook the leader BK. How was your race from your standpoint?
Good. Trying to not spin it around that long right-hander coming into the final two turns every single lap. But other than that, the car handled great. I don't know why they give you the outside when you're on pole into turn one, but that obviously didn't work. But that's okay. We got the job done.
Now the big question is how much longer do you think you can keep this streak alive? Because you've been extremely quick in these last two races and been able to pull away from the rest of the grid as fast as possible.
We're going to Baku, so probably next Monday I will be wrecking out. So that is where the streak is most likely going to come to an end. Yeah, the next three tracks in a row actually that I'm looking at here, I am not too good at. I think honestly it's just I found a good setup, and that's honestly what worked for me.
We'll beg to differ when we come back Monday for the race in Baku. Any more comments from any of the drivers or Tin Man? Do you have any final comments on the race?
I think on the heat race, everybody did awesome. Schultz was, you were wicked fast, like I anticipated from practicing with you earlier today. BK, you're always fast. I don't care what you say. Finally, it's great to finally hear your voice after like racing with you for like a year and a half and never hearing your voice once. It's great to finally now know the voice to the guy. And Jay Walker, you're doing the same thing you were doing last year, just sitting right where you need to sit and waiting for the right moment to pounce. So just keep doing what you all are doing.
Yeah,
You sound sexy.
I love the why in qualifying the gap is much bigger than it was last season. The racing seems to be closer than it was, especially within the midfield pack. So we'll see how it continues on to Baku next week. But from me to Tin Man to all the racers, congratulations on your guys' podium. You'll actually see Cam Tizzle tomorrow for AM2 with the outgoing Andy and Kitten.
Along with myself. But I'll be behind the wheel.
Yeah, I was just saying
because
because Andy and Kitten are another two that have found their way outside of COS. Unfortunately, as much as we loved them, it was their own decision on their own accord, and we will not be negative towards that. But yeah, Cam Tizzle tomorrow, and maybe the next week. We don't know yet. That's kind of up in the air, but yep. See you guys tomorrow for AM2 COS.
Yes, we'll see y'all there.